Even though I think that Australia is one of the safest and best places to live, it still does have its fair share of absolute tragic events. It's not on the scale of, say, the US or the UK, but we are not immune to crazy shit happening. Now, this is a series that I'm going to start about doing the most recent tragic events in Australia here that have happened in the last couple of months, or maximum I might go back a year or so. But yeah, just sort of showcasing what actually does happen here in Australia that the rest of the world might not actually see. Hello and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. If you don't know what's going on here, well, I'm not going to be sitting here convincing you that Australia doesn't exist and we are all paid actors, but I am a horror artist and I like to draw what I talk about in these videos. Now, I like scary facts, true crimes, paranormal, any of that scary shit to do with aliens, and I love to draw, so what I do is I like to combine all of that into these videos to hopefully bring you a unique experience. Now, if you want to support me in any way, shape or form, I do have a Redbubble store where you can purchase prints from the art that I do. I haven't put any up for a while. I've been pretty slack because I've still got everything upstairs from when my dog was sick, but he actually passed away about 3 months ago, but I still haven't moved back downstairs because I actually enjoy being upstairs. And I have an Etsy store, so if you are a creative person and you like to make things, I have felt toy patterns on there that you can buy, download, and then you can follow the procedure to make your own creepy little toys. I've got horror characters on there from movies, horror movies. I have my own designs on there. Just head across there if you're interested. Have a look. I'm adding new stuff all the time, and my last one was actually Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice, so I've got that on there at the moment, and yeah, just go across there and have a look if you want. With that being said, let's get on with the video and let's get on with the drawing. A mother killed her 2 sons in the Blue Mountains in New South Wales on the 10th of September 2024. Trish Smith, the 42-year-old mother, was arrested after the boys' father found them dead from stab wounds in their home that he didn't share with them. Russell was 9 and Ben was 11. The police were called to the Falcon Bridge home around 12:40 p.m. to do a welfare check as there was concerns about them. Trish was also found in the home with alleged self-inflicted stab wounds and injuries to her wrists, but she did survive and was rushed to hospital under police guard. Trish was known to police before this, but the issues were apparently minor. Nick, the boy's father, says he lost 2 beautiful boys and is feeling unimaginable pain and distress. No one can work out what went wrong, as Trish's perception she pushed on her Facebook page of her and her boys was a happy one with bushwalks and beach visits. Police will not shed too much light on the incident, but it does appear to be a murder-suicide. This case is still ongoing. 10-year-old Sophia Wang was found dead on the 13th of August 2024 by her father in the Emerald Lakes home in a suburb called Carrara in the Gold Coast, Queensland, about 6 p.m. Sophia's 46-year-old mother, Ying Shu, was arrested for her murder. Ying had posted videos on her social media before killing her daughter, saying that Satan had taken over her soul for the end of times. She also spoke in Chinese about religion. After this, she proceeded to slash Sophia's throat with a knife, among several other injuries inflicted to her. Paramedics and police that attended the home say it was one of the most confronting scenes they had ever seen. Sophia's mother was found later that night about 10:25 p.m. sitting in her car a few streets over, looking distressed. Sophia was described as a very academically smart and a really nice, kind girl. In the 3 TikTok videos that Ying posted, she said, and I quote, "Jesus is the incarnate Son of man, and the Trinity is the only true God. The devil Satan has been telling me that he has been influencing, interfering with my soul. Then he will take 100% captive, occupy my soul, and go to the end of times." Neighbours say that they heard Sophia's father Young wailing and crying after he found his daughter dead, and it was the most horrific sound they had ever heard. In January 2024, a female Indigenous police officer in her 30s that worked at the Port Adelaide police station was found dead in the bathroom of that police station due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police officers inside the building at the time heard a loud bang, which forced them to charge into the women's bathroom to see what was going on. The police officer, who can't be named due to cultural reasons, had moved from Whyalla to Adelaide and had previously worked in First Nations communities helping out. She had a passion for serving the community, and her goal was to see the Aboriginal community represented more in South Australia. In 2015, she went full-time in the Family Violence Unit at Port Adelaide Police Station. The woman had 2 kids and was married. A committee is looking into the alarming amounts of police officers taking their own lives in recent years, and something needs to be set up to help these frontline workers more with the grueling and often confronting job. Mental health issues are a serious issue in the police force and need to be dealt with, because these people are the ones that we call to help us. So there needs to be something in place to help them. A 49-year-old woman named Erin Patterson allegedly killed 3 people with mushrooms on the 29th of July, 2023. Erin had put on a lunch at her home in Leongatha, 2 hours out of Melbourne, Victoria, to have with her former in-laws, Gail and Don Patterson, and Gail's sister Heather and her husband Ian. Erin's ex-husband was also invited, but could not attend. Erin served up beef Wellington with death cap mushrooms, which are highly lethal when eaten. Just hours after eating the meal, the 4 guests fell ill, with Gail, Don and Heather dying, but Ian survived but suffered 2 months in hospital. Apparently, Erin did not eat any of the meal and just watched her guests eat it. Erin maintains her innocence and had no idea about the mushrooms, saying that she got them from a supermarket and Asian grocer. She too reckons that she was ill and had to go to hospital and get medication for liver damage, but this is allegedly not true. Erin apparently had tried to kill her ex-husband Simon on 4 occasions in the past, once in 2021, twice in 2022, and in July of 2023. Ian was hospitalised in 2022 with a mysterious gut illness. Also, apparently, Erin's 2 kids ate the beef Wellington the next day, but did not get sick because they don't like mushrooms and they picked them out. This case is still in front of the courts. A Tae Kwon Do instructor in Sydney, New South Wales, named Kwang Kyung Yu, allegedly murdered an entire family in February of 2024. The 50-year-old Kwang murdered the mother, Min Chow, 41, and her 7-year-old son in Kwang's Lions Tae Kwon Do Martial Arts Academy in North Parramatta via strangulation, and then met up with the father, Stephen Chow, at the family home and fatally stabbed him. Kwang had taught the young boy he murdered. After Kwang stabbed the father, he had to go to hospital and needed surgery as he had stab wounds to his chest, arms and stomach. He told emergency service workers that he had been attacked in a car park. Apparently, the 7-year-old boy had just had his black belt in a special ceremony handed to him by Kwang an hour before Kwang killed him. Then killed Min, and then stole her BMW to drive to her home to kill Stephen. He had a shower in their home, dressed in Stephen's clothes before returning to his own home. Kwang's wife saw how injured he was and sent him to hospital. He had apparently inflicted the wounds to himself. He was arrested at the hospital and charged with a triple murder. It's not fully understood why Kwang did this to the family, unless there was an affair going on or this family pissed this psycho off somehow. All 4 involved were from South Korea though. This is still ongoing, but Kwang could get 20 years in prison from murdering the parents and an additional 25 years on top of that for killing a child. I don't know what's going on in the world right now, but everybody seems to be losing their shit. And if anyone has any feelings of violence and you're wanting to harm another human being, please get help, because that is not normal. The problem is that some of these psychopaths, they think that they don't have a problem. And I really wish that people would not take things out on children. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, it's bad enough that people are killing other adults, like adults are killing adults, but to target a child, like, you must be the lowest of low pieces of shit, as far as I'm concerned, to want to kill a child. So let me know your thoughts on these cases in the comments down below. Now, the illustration that I decided to do for this video today was sort of combining some of these stories, but this was the image that I got when I was going through these stories to draw like this being that's in this dirty, discolored onesie type suit, and this thing kind of reminds me of like a mole, and yeah, he's got like mushrooms growing out of his hand and he's offering it, saying, here, have a mushroom, it's not poisonous. And then like he's got this big I don't know if it's like a tongue, but I don't know, I just sort of felt like this big tongue type tentacle coming out of this thing's mouth, and it's got a child wrapped up, and it's basically stealing this child and taking it away, sort of representing the poor innocent children that had their lives taken in these stories as well. So yeah, this is the vision that I got, and yeah, it's just a disturbing representation of all these cases of what is happening here in Australia, and there is so many that I can talk about, so that's why I'm going to be making this into a series, because like, yeah, there's just a lot of crazy people at the moment who are obviously not dealing with what's actually happening. Like, you've got, not only do you have the cost of living is going up, you also have, and this is just if you believe in this type of stuff, because can be very spiritual in you know, the frequencies in the earth, but we are ascending, we are in an age of Aquarius where the truth's coming out, and we are ascending to the 5D realm, and you sort of can't stop this from research that I have done. And when people ascend, people who can't cope or don't know what's going on, it does send them batshit crazy. So that could potentially be a reason why a lot of people are losing their shit, other than the cost of living. We all know the cost of living is really, putting a lot of pressure on people as well. So there's a combination of a few things going on at the moment, which is sort of crescendoing up, and yeah, it's just more and more people are just losing their fucking minds. And I don't blame them, but I don't understand why they've got to take out other human beings. But anyway, that is it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Dislike it, I couldn't give two shits what you do, because any interaction that you give me goes towards the algorithm for other people to find me. And hopefully stick around and watch whatever is left of this video, and hopefully I see you guys in the next one. Bye.